This is day 4 of our Caribbean cruise on the Royal Caribbean Harmony of the Sea, and we're just now pulling into the port on San Juan, Puerto Rico. I, at lunch, took the time to watch a video by Andre. He's a guy I like, he does a good job, and he was telling me that unemployment is going rampant and big tech is laying off all these people, and he was making some comparisons back to '08 as we went into that recession, and I listened with interest, and I had heard all these numbers of Amazon laying off 10,000 people and Salesforce laying off 10% of their employment. So I knew about that, but what he didn't tell me was where should I be investing? He said just basically save money. I think there's a different approach to this, and that's what I want to share with you today. My attitude towards investing is when things get bad, and as Andre said, things have gotten bad. He said his revenues from his YouTube channel have dropped something in the neighborhood of 80% since in the past 2 years as we came through 2020 to 21, 22, and now 23. And it's getting worse, he was saying. And I can contest to that. The revenues from being a YouTube channel are not what they used to be. But again, my question is, I understand things are bad and it's not hard to find news of that, but as I pull into San Juan, Puerto Rico, I am reminded of the movie Hamilton by, I can't recall the guy's name, Emmanuel, Nita, what's his name?
Emmanuel, that's all I...
Anyway, he did Hamilton, and one of the songs that really struck me in Hamilton was I Want to Be in the Room. And that's exactly what he was saying is, I want to be in the room where the decisions are going to be made as to what's going to happen to this new country called the United States. And I think that's a good lesson for anybody who's investing. You want to be in the room. You want to recognize what's going on and then be in the position to take advantage of the opportunities that are going to be presented to you. Don't sit on the sidelines and basically say the world is coming to an end, because it's not. In fact, the world is going to improve dramatically in the next 5 to 10 years. But again, recognize why this is happening. We had the pandemic. The pandemic pumped just in the United States, $9 trillion into the economy. What would that do? That might cause inflation. What would that do? That may cause the Fed to raise interest rates. It didn't happen just in the United States. And then in addition to that, we had supply chain problems. What might that do? Well, I think it might create shortages of goods, which then creates higher demand and shorter supply. So you have inflation. These things are all part of a cycle. The problem is, don't get caught up in where you are today. Do what Wayne Gretzky used to say. Wayne Gretzky is one of the premier hockey players in the future. He said, don't skate to the puck, skate to where the puck is going. So don't invest based on today's economy. Invest on where the economy is going. Where is that? Well, it's technology. It's artificial intelligence, it's machine learning, it's quantum computing, it's genome sequencing, it's genome editing. Again, I want to repeat, back when Hamilton was being performed, or the story was being told, was back in 1776, okay? I just read something that said if Hamilton were teleported forward to 2023, he wouldn't recognize the world. Now, I think that's to be understood. He wouldn't recognize the world. Well, I would ask you, or the article that I read said that if you would teleport it 10 years in the future, 15 years in the future, you'd be in the same position Hamilton would have been if he was teleported from 1776 to 2023. In 15 years, they're saying our world is going to change as much as it did in the past 200. with that in mind, you don't want to be sitting on your hands. You want to be studying the stock market. You want to learn what artificial intelligence and machine learning are about, and then ask yourself, who are the companies that are going to take us into that position? And you've got to include Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, and Facebook. And so as we approach their earnings season, or their announcement of their fourth quarter earnings, which is going to happen in the first week of February, you're going to see a dive. You're going to see a turn down. That's where I'm buying in, because that's who's going to take me into the future. And I want to be in the room. I want to be in the room when the decisions are made about what our future is about. And I want to be in the board of directors seats of Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, and Facebook. It's not possible, but I can be a shareholder. And that's what I would advise you to do. Don't worry about what Jay Powell's going to do. He's today. He's George Washington in 1776. He's only got a few more years left. But this economy has a world of time left, and it's going to happen. In 5 years from now, you're going to say, oh my God, if I had only seen what was going to happen. Well, I'm here to tell you, that's what's going to happen. That's where you should invest, and be very conscious the first 2 weeks of February. I'll talk to you again soon. We're going to go to San Juan here in just a little bit.